Hello, my name's Nigel Ivy. I'm an elopement videographer based in Ireland. Thank you for tuning into my channel. This channel is for couples that are eloping, so if you're trying to figure out how do I elope, what do I need to think about, what do I need to book, who do I book, where do I go, all those different things. This channel is intended to help you and provide valuable information on that journey. Now, if you have found something useful, I'd love to hear from you, so please send me a DM on Instagram or drop a comment down below and just let me know your thoughts, let me know what you're up to and what your plans are. I'd love to know. So in this video, we're going to be looking at how do I make my elopement film awesome. So I often hear couples say things like, oh, I don't like being in front of a camera, I feel awkward, I think that my elopement film will be awkward, all of those sort of things. And so I want to try and help couples on that process of thinking about what do they do, what do they prepare, what do they need to think about for their elopement film. I'll start off by saying that one of the things that's important is that you choose the right videographer to capture your elopement film. So have a look through their work, and I would recommend watching a number of their films. Don't just watch one or two as you try and decide on who's going to capture your elopement, because you want to make sure that they have consistency, that in each video the couples look good, that they look comfortable, that they look like they're enjoying it, and make sure that that's a priority for the videographer. So for me, when I capture a film for a couple, when I capture their elopement, it's very important to me that they look good, that they enjoy the process, that they look back on the film with fondness, and that it brings back a good memory and good feeling in them. And that's important because I want them to cherish the memory, I want them to cherish the film, for it to become kind of a family heirloom, and I want them to be proud to share that with their friends and family when they finish the elopement and watch it over and over again, just reliving those special times. And so I pay a lot of attention to make sure that I shoot it well and shoot it in a way that the couple look good. And so constantly through the day I'll be prompting, not directing, but prompting and giving them tips and tricks and asking them to maybe move slightly or turn their head slightly or move to an angle that looks better. And I'll be moving around myself as well to make sure that my camera angle is the most flattering angle that it can be for the couple. So that's the one thing that I would highly recommend that couples do in the process of picking an elopement videographer. And on to how do I make my elopement film awesome. So point number one is try and be yourself. Try and act as natural as possible. Try and focus on the person that you love, that you're committing your life to, and ignore the cameras and the people around you. And I know that that's probably easier said than done, but it will help to make your elopement film awesome if you're not really focusing on being captured, but you're just focusing on loving the person that you are committing your life to. It makes a big difference to try and ignore the camera. Not everyone is used to being in front of a camera and talking in front of a camera and things like that, but if you can drown out all of that stuff that's going on around you and just focus on the person that you love, that'll make a big difference. And then point number two is try and elope in the best possible light. Now, this should be part of the process of your photographer and videographer as they're planning and working with you in this, but if they're not, and to be honest, it surprises me sometimes when I see photographers and videographers shooting in the middle of the day, because I think, well, you're losing out so much on what could be so awesome if you did it at sunset or sunrise when the light is awesome. So you may have heard that term golden hour. That's usually kind of the last hour, the last 45 minutes before the sun disappears behind the horizon, and that is considered when the light is the best. And what they mean by that is essentially it makes your skin look really awesome and flattering. Those shadows that you get under your eyes and under your face, under your chin and stuff, those really dark, harsh shadows, you don't get those at that time of the day. So if you think about it, if you were to do a shoot at midday, you're going to have like panda eyes. You're basically going to have like black shadows under your eyes and under your chin and everything, and it just won't look as good as if you do it later in the day close to sunset, because your skin just looks awesome when it's like glowing in that soft light that comes with sunset. So elope when the sun is going down or when the sun is rising. And if you're having an all-day elopement, plan to do stuff in the middle of the day that it doesn't really matter if there's bad light, like having a meal somewhere or doing something in shade or something along those lines, or hiking or whatever the case is. But if you want to get the best possible images and imagery then I would highly recommend doing that around sunset or sunrise. And point number 3 is movement. So it's kind of the differentiator between video and photography, is that movement and the audio. But I always love when couples kind of have those gestures, do those things that show that they love each other, and being able to capture that. It just adds nice little nuances and personality to the film. So kind of rub each other's hands, get close to each other. When you're hiking, try and hold hands, have that sort of interaction. And obviously only if that comes naturally to you. If you don't do that naturally, then don't do it if it's going to look awkward and it's going to make you feel awkward, of course. But if that comes naturally to you, then try not to just be a stiff robot walking around if you can help it. And if it comes naturally to you to have those sort of hand gestures, to kind of rub on the shoulder, that sort of thing, those little things look really good. And obviously you may get prompted by your videographer to walk in a certain way, look at each other, those sort of things. But I always like to have movement in my films. I think it just draws the viewer in and just makes it really interesting, and just helps to tell the story of where you're going and what you got up to and all that stuff. So try and integrate movement into what you're doing. So point number 4 is to focus on each other. And I mentioned this a little bit before, but try and ignore everything that's going on around you, the cameras, all of that stuff, and just focus on what you're doing, committing your lives to each other, focus on each other, and just give that moment to the person that you love. And I often find that if couples are not distracted by everything that's going on about them, but they just focus on the person that they're with, then it just looks awesome. That really comes across often when I capture couples that are just so 100% focused on the person that they love. It's a beautiful thing. And point number 5 is dialogue. Now, if you're having a ceremony where you are reading words out, where you're having a celebrant or something like that, then I'd highly recommend that you write out vows, write something awesome about the person that you love the most, and read that and integrate that into your elopement film. I think it's a really important part of capturing the essence of the day. The things that you said are super important. At the end of the day, your elopement day, your wedding day, should be the most important day of your life, or one of the most important days of your life, and you're committing your life to the most important person in your life. And so I would highly recommend that you take the time to write out words that are really meaningful about the person that you love the most, and get that captured. I absolutely love integrating spoken words into my films. I think it just adds so much personality and depth to the story and to your love story. And so I always try and capture that for couples and integrate that into their films. If you have a look on my website, most of the films on there have vows, and I try and use that to tell a really strong love story of that beautiful couple. So I hope this video has been helpful in trying to help you to prepare for your elopement, to capture an awesome elopement film. If it has been helpful, then let me know. Just send me a DM or drop a comment down below. And obviously, if you're eloping and you have any questions, and if there's anything that I can help you with, then reach out to me. Again, Instagram, send me a DM, something like that. And I'd love to help you on that journey. And I hope that you have a great time, that you enjoy planning it, that it's the best time of your life, and all the best. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.